now I feel like the whole world is doing the same beauty trends, the same makeup look, the same everything. The lifted eye, the big lips, the very contoured chin.
Okay.
It's like the same face.
Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Behind the Scoop podcast brought to you by Scoop Empire. This is Omar with you, and I have the lovely artist, model, we're going to say slash musician, Dolly Yanny.
Yeah, maybe. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So we've
Awesome.
been talking off air for a while. You said that you've been pushing away, going back in the UK just for family.
LA.
LA.
Yeah.
What did I say?
UK. It's
UK?
fine.
I don't know why I've been saying
It's
UK for a
fine.
while.
It's fine. Maybe you want to visit. It's fine.
Maybe. Who knows? So yeah. How have you been so far?
It's just like family more because I've been stuck there for like 2 years. So like obviously I miss my family and also a lot of opportunities here that I really want to get into. And I love working here too. Like I love Egypt and that's like my favorite city to work in. So
Oh, wow.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Can you tell us any of these projects?
No,
No, you
I can't.
Dang it.
NDA again. I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so you've been, can I say prolific? I think
Yeah,
you're one of
yeah.
the most rising stars in the makeup world here in Egypt
Yeah.
and in the US. I said it right now.
LA, yeah, nice. I like that more. Awesome, perfect, yeah.
Like, how did it start for you? What was the spark that started it all?
I think I've been just into art like a lot. Like I loved colors and I loved like, the art class and I would love painting a lot. And I think when I was in Dubai, my dad would like buy a lot of fashion books, and for some reason, the makeup books like it just like stood out the most, and that's when I knew like, oh, I can paint, but on faces, so that's exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, but you get to like study like the formulas and like the effect of them, the side effects of them. So it was so interesting to me. It's like science too, so I was like so intrigued with it. So yeah, and that was just
So what would be the side effects of them?
side effects.
Yeah, you just said side effects.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of side effects to that, but you don't want to get into it.
Fair enough.
There's definitely a lot of side effects. But I mean, doing the wrong techniques, obviously, but not here. Yeah, we don't do.
Okay, so one of these books, I think we discussed this before, like the
Yeah.
Bobby Brown books.
Yeah, the Bobby Brown. That like literally changed my whole life. I
How
think
so?
it just made me love makeup even more, and it just helped me understand makeup before I got into like the makeup course. Also, it's very special to me because I told you that I think that every time when I'm like judging myself or like I think that I'm like on the wrong track, I would literally like open it up and I would like remember the 15-year-old that was obsessed with like makeup, and it just gives me a lot of inspiration, and that really like it's like a little thing that I just have.
You said
Yeah.
you've been here in our studios like back when you were 16.
Yes, actually, my first shoot was with actually Scoop Empire, and it was I'm so proud of that. But it's like it just like brings me a lot of joy, just like to come back and to see how much they grew. Just so I'm so happy for that.
How did that develop? Like, what inspired? What happened during that shoot for you? What made that special?
I think the fact that Scoop Empire, they didn't really care about my age. I think they just loved me for who I was or like who I was doing. I think they just focused more on like the talent more than like how mature I am or like how experienced I am, because I was just 16. Um and just to work along with like a lot of amazing bloggers, it just like gives me a lot of like confidence, and that's what I really like about that shoot.
Awesome. You were just thinking about the science of it all, and I read another interview before that you compared like this being a mix of science and art.
Makeup as like
Y-
science of art, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I just think that makeup is a mix of science and art, because it's the fact that like the sciencey part, it's like the formulas, the like the factories get into the makeup, the chemicals, the side effects,
The side
the testing, the like the failings. It's like a lot of sciencey into it. and at the same time art, obviously, because I still believe that like makeup is not just like a service. It's not like just doing your hair. It's literally painting. It's literally like mixing colors, mixing shades, undertones. So it's really interesting.
Have you been to a factory?
Yes. Oh, a lot in LA, a lot.
How was that experience like?
So good, so good.
What did you learn?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what you learned a little bit?
Yeah, I think I learned a lot that makeup is really in the making. It's really cheap, and we buy it with so much money.
The
That just
main
has to be
ingredients?
out. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I think
Definitely.
that goes with everything
Makeup,
at the moment.
you know, but it was like, oh my God. Because like makeup is a bit like, you know, pricey for like a lot of people, especially if like you're a startup. But I'm like, wow, like there's a lot of like interesting stuff. Also, I learned a lot about like the texture and what makes it, and it really helped me a lot. Like if I want to change something in my kit, I would change like, you know, to liquid or like, you know, to powder. Like I really understood how to like change the formula just by adding stuff.
Okay, and the texture wise, how does that help?
So for example, like I don't want to get into like so much of like the technique, but like for example, if you're a bit of like an oily skin, you would really add the powder into like, you know, the liquid so it can make it a little bit like, you know, a
Diluted,
buff. Yeah, so you can
added.
really like shut down the oils.
Okay.
Or like, you know, the opposite side, if you're a bit of like a matte, you would add oil into the foundation so you can make it a little bit glowy. So it's like
Okay.
all the mixing stuff that like that's what's so interesting about it. It's not just like, you know, makeup on the face. It's a lot of work.
I think I agree because the thing is, from what you're saying, is the same thing that I can see when looking at a painting. Is different.
Yes,
Something is a
yeah.
matte painting or a glossy version.
Glossy, yeah, yeah.
Perfect. So when, for example, working with, because you've worked, of course, with celebrities, bloggers, makeup bloggers, normal run-of-the-mill people,
Yeah.
who's your favorite to work with in general?
I think bloggers, I think they're the, or like, you know, like artists, rappers, I think they're like the best because they're
How
like,
so?
I think they get so
First,
creative.
why bloggers, then why rappers? These
I
are
mean,
two
they're like
different
the
people.
same. I think they're like the same Instagrammy like creative looks. I think working with like the brides, I honestly didn't really enjoyed it as much because it's very like, you know, restricted. It's like doing brides has changed makeup as like and like art to be a service, which is you need to do this and this and that, and that's the makeup that I'm gonna pay for. But at a photo shoot, I get to like, you know, to say what to put where, or like, you know, how to mix this with that. I think that's what I really like the most. So I like photo shoots more. I love like art sides more than like, you know, bride servicey stuff.
Creative freedom.
Yes.
essentially.
Let me do my makeup. Like it is my makeup at the end of the day.
Okay. How long have you been doing makeup so far over the years?
I think I started when I was 17. I'm like 25. A lot.
Let's say over a decade.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm old.
Trust me, you're not.
Sad.
Trust me, you're not. I'm 33 here.
Oh, no,
I
you're
already
good.
got
You're
white
good.
hair. That camera is gonna see it.
I know you're good.
What has been your proudest moment so far? Or because there's usually two moments. One that I've experienced in my own field. One there when like, yeah, I made it, and there's another where I'm proud of what I've achieved. So which are the two for you?
Yeah. For me, I honestly don't think I ever thought or said that I made it. It's sad, but at the same time, it's very true. It's really not healthy, but I'm trying to like, you know, change it. But I never thought for a second that I actually made it. Like I'm always thinking that I'm like way behind, and it keeps me pushing more. Like it keeps me like, you know, taking more like, you know, photo shoots, getting more connections so I can get another like it just keeps me going a lot. But I never really like sat there and like I made it, even though like I've done a lot of stuff that could really make me like, you know, say that. But I'm always proud though. Like this is like, you know, the one thing that I'm like always like, you know, proud of. But I'm really the proudest when I left, when I went to like LA. I think that really differentiate me from like a lot of people here, which is a really good thing. Yeah. I think
So
moving to LA.
you're pushing yourself. Essentially, you haven't seen, or you're breaking the glass ceiling every single time.
Yeah.
It's something.
Yeah. Like I want to be a makeup artist and then I did it. And I want to teach people and then I did it. Oh, I want to have a lashes line. Oh, I did it. And I want to work with this. Oh, I did it. You know what I mean? You
It
keep
keeps
going up
that
and
goal
up and up.
keeps
Yeah.
keeps
It's
moving.
very infinite. Like, there's no finite, goal that kind of strict me, which is which is really good. But
I think that's very healthy. You keep pushing yourself to find, even if you have a certain goalpost that keeps moving, you don't stop, because at the end of the day, if you stop, you're gonna get comfortable, and if you get comfortable,
that's what I'm
you're gonna
scared of the most.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm scared of getting comfortable. Like that's like, yeah, the one thing.
Have
that's
you ever
what's
felt
scary.
comfortable at a certain point that you felt like, no, I need to move now, or change something now?
No, because I never really like when I see the comments on like, for example, Instagram, where like I get people like, oh, you like inspire me, you make me do this and that. I was like, me? Like, nah, that's not like I never really see myself from like the opposite side.
Mhm.
I think that would really like help me a lot. But at the same time, sometimes you really need that. And I'm always mean to kind of myself when I'm like doing something wrong or I'm like,
I think that's
but
imposter
it's
syndrome. It feels like I'm not
now I'm
exactly
diagnosed.
no. It's
Just
not
kidding.
it's not about
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
It's something
No,
like
but it's true.
a
Yeah.
lot of people, I think, when they've reached a large following, like, I'm not that good, guys, or I at least I don't feel
Yeah.
that good, but I can be better.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people saying that you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
And you are.
And you are. Trust me.
Thank you.
You've been traveling again, as I said, from the U.S. and Egypt.
Yeah.
So you've been on both sides. How has there been like the beauty standards or the makeup standards between the U.S. or the West and the East or the Middle East? How are they different, or how are they the same? What's the difference between East and West?
I think in the past, I would say that they're so different because like Egypt would go more for like the smoky eyes, the dark makeup, the full coverage face. But LA would have been like, oh, it's very natural, like no lashes, no nothing. Now I feel like the whole world is doing the same beauty trends, the same makeup look, the same everything. So I think now I can say that they're pretty much the same. It's just the same look, like that, like the the lifted eye, the big lips, the very contoured chin.
Okay.
It's like the same face, I would say.
Do you think that like social media played a huge role on that?
Oh yeah, yeah, the Kardashians, obviously. That's like the number one, and then social media.
Okay.
Yeah,
How
definitely.
so? What was was it like a certain signal? Like, yeah, we're being it's getting a smaller. It's becoming a smaller world essentially through social media.
Definitely social media have played a great role in that, and like connecting a lot of people and connecting trends. Like if like back in the days, if like a trend that was in LA, you wouldn't have seen it here until like a year after. But now it's the same thing. Like the post that is actually posted over there, you just see it now. People are just more connecting, are like more close.
Interconnected.
So, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And have you worked with clients who have told you like, I like this TikTok trend, I want to try it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and how
Yeah.
has that been?
Sometimes it's like, what? No. And like sometimes, oh yeah, let's do it. I would get a lot of bloggers that like would say, let's do the same transition videos. Like, okay, that's gonna take hours, but yeah, it's gonna be fun and let's do it.
Okay.
I love creative minds. Like I love someone that really can challenge me. Yeah.
And have you tried like creatively, like try different things, different textures, different colors to get in something new? Have you tried something trendy yourself?
Yes, I mean, yeah, obviously. Just kidding. But yeah, a lot. I think it's really not smart to really just like be in your own identity and just do your own work, do your own style. I think it's really good to be updated and to have all the trends because that's what really people want to see. But I've always been doing that. Like if I see a trend going in LA, then I would just like post the video right away. Like it's that what like really keeps the people in like excited about like the next post or like the next video.
And how has the reaction been going from social medias?
I think it's good.
All
I
right.
mean, you can say that too, right?
Got over 200,000 followers on Instagram. I think it's
I mean,
you're
it's
doing
fine.
something right.
Yeah, it's like fine, not like yeah, but it's fine. Content. Yeah.
Well, a little birdie told me that you worked here in Scoop Empire for a little while on a project. Is that true?
Yes.
How was that like?
Oh my god, it was so fun. I loved working with Scoop Empire. They literally like home for me because they were like the second shoot that I've ever like got hired to. So I love this place. I think they're so amazing and like really working with new artists with like very young art. Like I was 16, so
Alright.
they have really focused more or like cared more about what I was doing, like the talent, the work, rather than just like, oh, she's super young, she's not gonna do anything right. You know what I mean? So it was so encouraging, and I really loved working with Scoop Empire.